Welcome everyone to Not That Media. My name is John, and in this new series of videos entitled The 12 Scares of Christmas, starting December Friday the 13th, 2024 and running till Christmas Eve, I'm going to be giving you 12 film recommendations, all of them Christmas movies, all of them horror, some a little scarier than others, some a little bit more family friendly, something for everyone I hope. I've made this list, I've checked it twice, you better watch out, and I hope you're ready to slay, because come along with me as I start The 12 Scares of Christmas. In 2022's The Mean One, in a sleepy mountain town one Christmas Eve, Cindy's family is killed and her Christmas is stolen by a bloodthirsty green grouch in a Santa suit. But 20 years later, Cindy returns to town with one goal: to trap and kill the Mean One. So Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good fright. Thank you for joining me for yet another 12 Scare of Christmas video. This recommendation for some of you might be thinking is the worst recommendation ever, and for some of you, you might be fist pumping the air saying, yes, about time this film gets a bit more recognition. And there's probably most of you out there saying, what? I've never heard of this. The Mean One. It came out in 2022, and as I have said in this video series, one of the things I absolutely love about the Christmas period is the fact that horror can take a well-known story, well-adapted story, a beloved Christmas tale, and give it that dark twist to make it into a horror film. There are certainly a couple of those on this video series and many more out there. So you don't win any prizes or any money for guessing that yes, The Mean One is a complete copyright infringement of The Grinch That Stole Christmas. This is a sequel to The Grinch That Stole Christmas, where the ending of the film, or the ending of the story, is rewritten, and the Grinch does not learn his lesson, he does not mend his ways, his heart does not grow 2 sizes too big, and he does not become the nice person of Whoville. Instead, he accidentally kills little Cindy's mother, and as a result of that is labelled a monster by Cindy and the rest of the town, so goes on to become a bloodthirsty monster that will arrive in the town of Whoville whenever Christmas is mentioned, be it a piece of tinsel, someone taking Christmas presents to be delivered. Whatever happens, the Grinch, or the Mean One, because we can't say the Grinch, copyright infringement, the Mean One will come and he will get his revenge. So Cindy, you know who, just because this film walks the tightrope of copyright infringement. It amazes me that this film ever got made and they didn't sue it into the ground, to be perfectly honest. We join Cindy, you know who, 20 years later, where she is a damaged adult. She's returning to her family home with her father with the intention of selling the property. But because they've been away from the property for 20 years and she has no memory of the events that led to her mother's death, they go there and start decorating Christmas. And of course, her father is bludgeoned to death and murdered by a mysterious green creature in a Christmas suit. The town are keeping it under wraps. The sheriff is telling Cindy that he doesn't know what she's talking about. There is clearly a conspiracy in town and Christmas cannot be celebrated. This sounds like a really good film. I'm sure some of you are sitting there saying, this is not a good film, is what I would say. I am guilty, as I've said maybe on 1 or 2 other videos, that at Christmas, sometimes we will watch a bad film. We will watch a bad holiday special because it's Christmas, isn't it? So why on earth am I recommending, as part of my ongoing video series, my attempt to increase my subscription base, find more people, deliver entertainment and hopefully a little bit of information to horror fans who are like-minded as me? Why on earth am I offering you to go and watch a bad film? It's not a high art movie, it has to be said, and that pun is intended because, of course, the one and only reason realistically to watch The Mean One is because The Mean One, the Grinch, is played by none other than David Howard Thornton. Yes, that's right, people. After the success of Terrifier 2, he took off the makeup, he dropped the outfit, he stopped being the silent killer that is Art the Clown, and instead picked up a different outfit, a different set of makeup, and became a completely different silent killer that is the Mean One. David Howard Thornton apparently is a huge fan of The Grinch and The Grinch That Stole Christmas, so when he was given the opportunity to play the character in a horror film, he leapt at it. He is a huge fan of Jim Carrey, and boy can you see it. What I would say about this film, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, is if I was to give a tagline to this movie, I would call it The Mean One. Cosplay Ronda Rousey versus cosplay Jim Carrey. Because Cindy, you know who, looks so much like Ronda Rousey. And they even make a point when she's getting ready to fight The Mean One of putting her in the little MMA sports bra and hot pants things and getting her hair like Ronda Rousey. That if you weren't paying attention and you walked through the room, you would think that you were watching some kind of like pre-fight video package for Ronda Rousey. Coupled that against David Howard Thornton, who is clearly channeling Jim Carrey's The Grinch. The way the fingers move, the way he moves across the floor, some of the hand actions, some of the face actions. This is not just Art the Clown dressed as the Grinch. There is a lot of effort made by David Howard Thornton to try and do something a little bit different. But to be perfectly honest, as soon as he starts swinging the candy canes and the knives and things like that, you can't help but see Art the Clown. So like I say, the main reason to watch this film is to watch David Howard Thornton do his thing as the silent kill. Although he's not technically silent in this film, he does grunt, it has to be said, so I'll be fair. And he does say one word in the movie which I won't spoil. This film is off the wall. It is not a high-budget movie. It is not acting well. It is not cohesive storytelling, but boy, is it a fun film. If you want to watch over-the-top Christmas insanity in terms of a woman and the Grinch kicking the hell out of each other, this is the film to watch. It's a strong recommend, but not because I think it's a fantastic movie. Those of you who may be joining me for the first time thinking like, well, if this is the kind of stuff he's recommending, I am not interested in this guy. Rest assured, I am not recommending this because it is a good film. I am recommending it because it is a good time at Christmas. Get the beers in, get your friends in, stick this balmy film on, sit there for an hour and a half, laugh your head off, turn the brain off. You're not going to have any kind of high education. You're not going to have to sit there and question the deep value motives of the Grinch, or why Cindy You-Know-Who is suddenly combat ready and combat trained and has the ability to wield nunchucks that are actually candy canes. You don't question the crazy shotgun sniper rifle carrying old man who looks like Santa, but his name is actually Zeus, but he says to everybody in town his name is Doc, so everybody refers to him as Doc Zeus. The copyright infringement is so abundantly clear. It's so bad it's good. It's like Taco Bell, and I love Taco Bell. It's cheap, it's easy, it's a good time, but my God, you don't question how it got made. You don't question the quality of the ingredients. You just sit down and hope you come out the other end well. It's a great film in terms of insanity. Strong recommend. Go and check it out. Thanks for watching my video. And until next time, stay scared.
Loved their Christmas, those folks down in town. But what if I said, that's not how it went down?